All right, so I'm getting quite a bit of questions about the COVID vaccine. And they basically all break down into these three questions. Will I be taking it? Do I recommend it to any of you? And what do I think about it? I will try to answer them straight forward, straight on in this video in a serious manner, as honestly as I can, because this is no laughing matter. This is important. And many of you are now faced with this decision to take the vaccine or not to take that vaccine. I realize I'm a public figure. A lot of you are looking at me, if not for advice, then what my actions will be. So here we go. Let's address these questions head on. Question number one: will I be taking the COVID-19 vaccine? I'm speaking, by the way, about all of them. I made an exactly the same video in the Russian language, so it will relate to vaccines made in the East, in the West, wherever. Will I be taking the COVID-19 vaccine? No. No, I will not. If you follow up with the question why, then I will tell you that I trust my immune system. I have a strong immune system. I have worked to make my immune system strong. As you know, I'm a winter swimmer. I fast. I'm very active in various physical activities. And so I have full confidence in my immune system. I have a video how to strengthen your immune system. Check that out if you like. But that's my primary reason. I don't need this foreign pharmaceutical substance in my body. I do not believe it will add anything to my health. I don't believe it will strengthen my immune system, which by itself is more than capable in handling this virus. So I'm good. No, thank you. Don't need the vaccine. Then the question is, would I recommend it to my audience? So my principle is if be your own guinea pig. If you don't do something yourself, don't recommend it to others. And that is why, in good conscience, I cannot recommend to you because I'm not doing it myself. So that's very simple and straightforward. And finally, the last question, and it will have the longest answer, is what do I think about COVID-19 vaccines? Again, it's all of them from east to west. So here is my answer. To understand these vaccines, we need to think honestly and scientifically. It amazes me how many people, well, first of all, since the scientific method is not taught in schools and even in universities, many people don't know how to apply it. But it amazes me how many doctors and scientists don't apply it as well, and they have been fully trained with it. So if we apply the scientific method and we honestly look, what do we as consumers or potential patients, people who are supposed to receive this vaccine, what do we know about this vaccine, then you will come up with these conclusions or answers, however you like to call them. Here's what we got. First of all, this is the foundation. Regardless of what you hear in the news, on YouTube, from any angle, the reality is this: nor I, nor you, nor just about anybody else other than a select few people, a select group of people, really know anything about these vaccines. We don't know anything. And the people who do know are actually scientists, are actual developers, are actual laboratories, whether those who developed or who have the ability to biochemically test these medical substances. And that's as simple as that. And if you have that ability and you yourself can analyze and properly read the analysis and the data, then only you or those people can actually make a judgment call, can understand, perceive that information, and make some sort of a conclusion, be it a good conclusion or be it a bad conclusion. Everybody else along the chain of command, whether it's going from the top, the politicians who rely on these people who develop the vaccine, the professionals who test it, and everybody below simply are forced to take what they say and either believe it or not. That's it. Because nobody else is qualified to judge this substance unless you have those, first of all, skills, knowledge, and education, and on top of that, the facility, again, I'm repeating myself, to do the proper biochemical analysis. You don't know, you just trust. So that doctor who is recommending that vaccine, that nurse who is putting it in your arm, all of them is simply trust the people along the chain of command who actually made that vaccine. So that is the situation, and that's the actual foundation. That's the truth. So we, as consumers, know nothing, and that's our reality. That's the foundation. That's what we know about the substance that is being recommended and in some cases forced upon us. There are things, however, that we do know. And we know from the manufacturers themselves that, and even from our own basic research and objective timeline, that, but again, as even manufacturers themselves claimed, these are fastest vaccines on the market. They made it as a point of accomplishment and pride, and probably it is for them. But to us, as consumers looking objectively, this is simply this is a product produced in a very short period of time. What conclusions you draw from it, again, is up to you. I encourage you to think for yourself. Draw your own conclusions about any product that has been made in a record amount of time. Very quickly made product. What do you think of that? Then we move to the next step. So this product, these vaccines, have been made during a pandemic, which is a global crisis, and they have been made under a socio-political pressure, under, I should point out, and it's not to hype, but it's realistically, literally, under almost catastrophically high socio-political pressure, because we were in a catastrophic, highly dangerous situation, at least from a perspective of how it was presented to us. And so I specifically use socio-political, I use that word specifically, because again, a large percentage of the population demanded, wanted, and craved this vaccine. They wanted this drug, they wanted this product to simply remove the problem of the coronavirus from their lives. And so let's not just put all the responsibility and blame on the politicians, which you certainly can, and we will get to them, but the politicians were not acting alone. A large amount of the population wanted this medical product, and they demanded it. They put the pressure on their political representatives, and now when we look at the political representatives themselves, they certainly wanted probably even more than the population. So it's a perfect scenario where the large percentage of the population wanted, the politicians wanted, and the politicians, along with that population, put the pressure on the manufacturers to create this product. So thus, great socio-political pressure was applied to create this product in, again, a very short period of time, very quickly. Then we move on to the next point that we know. Pretty much all legal responsibility, all liability has been taken off from the manufacturers. So, well, it's very easy to make conclusions from that point. I'm not even going to elaborate. Again, liability, legal responsibility removed from the manufacturers. That's a big red flag that you should be thinking about. And finally, we absolutely know that there is great financial benefit to bring these vaccines as fast as possible to the market, not only for the first company that brought it, but for just about all the manufacturers. They all wanted to put this product as fast as possible, and there is not just financial, there is great financial gain from bringing these vaccines onto the market as fast as possible. And so, if we sum up all of this, what do we got? We, as consumers, got a product that's being forced or recommended, strongly recommended to us, that we know absolutely nothing about, and we don't have the qualifications to judge this product. It has been created under very strong socio-political pressure. It has been created during an extreme time of a global pandemic. All responsibility has been removed from the manufacturers, and there is great financial gain to introduce this product into as many people as possible. So this is what we have. Now, if somebody comes to me and says, would you like this product in your body? And I look at these characteristics, I would say again, no thank you. That's not for me. I am good. Please offer it to somebody else. And that is my opinion of what I think about all of these vaccines. I gave you an honest answer. It is a serious matter. Think for yourself, make your own decisions, and I wish you the best of health.